Hey guys, welcome in to, tour of our farm. Legs are very itchy. There's a lot of mosquitoes out here, but welcome in. Double tap that screen, hit the like button. I'm just gonna wait for some people to come in. So you can fast forward if you're watching this recorded, and if you are, thanks. It really helps us get those watch hours, which we really need to get, to be able to get super chats and a paid club membership and all that. Okay, there we go. About that, just put a poll up there for you guys. And double tap that screen to like this live. And let me know in the comments how your garden is doing if you have one. And double tap that screen to help get this live out here and to like it. You can comment below. Let me know how your garden is doing. We're going to start the tour in just a second. Wait for a few more people to come in. But while we're waiting for that, double tap that screen to like this live. Answer my question there. You think, will we make it to 600 subscribers by the end of summer? Right now we're at 510. So we'll see about that. And then I got this situation here with this trellis. So I got a new one to hopefully like tie this one, to like zip tie it to that one. Because this one rusted and snapped and all that stuff. Can't really see it there. But this one is like just as flimsy. Look at that. And it says it can hold 20 pounds. No, that thing can barely hold 5 pounds probably. And I taped the joints to like make it stronger and so those joints don't rust. Also, which I should have done with this one. I probably should have. That see, it's like all rusty there and like it's covered in tons of vines and foliage and stuff, but like, so like, I'll go to the other side so you can see it better. A blueberry bush there, a pink lemonade blueberry bush here, and then I also got this braided willow from Home Depot half off because they're having like an end of season sale. So here, like, well, here you can see it. See, that was connected there, and that was connected there, and all that stuff. It's like I got this one to hopefully tie it, like zip tie it or string it onto this one so it can continue growing and everything. But I mean, this one is just as flimsy and very wobbly. I don't know, I'm gonna have to get like a metal steel trellis or like a really heavy duty trellis or something, because this stuff weighs, I don't know, like more than 20 pounds. I know that. There's lots of thick vines. It's got bunches of grapes, which I'm sure is weighing it down too. We got tons of grapes there, which you're getting ready to harvest so close. Like, I've actually tasted a few and they aren't that bad. I mean, I got one recently that was sweet, but still a little sour at the end, but it's getting there. Like, they're starting to get, like, soft, you know, a little give to them, which is what you want. You want, like, a little give to them. Or, you know, if they're still hard, like this, no give whatsoever, kind of hard, like a rock. I mean, if you squeeze it hard enough, it will burst, but you don't want that. But see, like a bigger one like that, that one's, no, not ready yet. But see this one has a little give there, has a little give. Hey, welcome in. Let me know in the comments how your garden is doing. You know, let me know. And let me know if you've ever grown grapes before. I mean, this is like the first time. I mean, I've had this vine for 3 years, and this is the first year it's fruiting. So, but look at this bunch. This bunch is getting ready to pick soon. And it's like a little give to it. Maybe like another week or two, and then maybe we'll harvest them. We'll see. You know, make sure you subscribe to like see us harvest our first bunch of grapes ever off this vine. I've never grown grapes before. First time, first vine. I mean, I've had this for 3 years, but this is the first year it's finally fruiting. And I'm sure next year we'll get tons of more fruit. These are my pineapples, grocery store pineapples, where I twisted off the head and put them in some dirt and peeled away the leaves at the bottom. And, you know, I did post a video on that a while ago. Search that up on the channel thing. Canna Suns. It's the red one, which is not flowering right now. And then just the yellow one that is flowering. Lavender. It's got some new buds coming up there. This is like a bachelor's button flower. There. Some radishes or beets. That's radish and that's beets, I think. I'm not sure. But look at this windmill palm. This has really taken off. I'm in New Jersey, and, you know, I planted this in the ground last summer. In July, I think towards the end of July. And I overwintered it with leaves, tons of leaves here and cover over top. And it took some damage. It did. Like, to the leaves there, still, you can still see some of that damage. But this year I'm going to make sure I protect it better and maybe, like, bunch up the leaves together so they don't touch, like, the cloth. But it really took off. It loved the summer heat and everything. It's got, like, 5 new leaves here. And it's grown, like, that's it, probably, like, about a foot or close to a foot. And it's still growing. So it's like a frond after a frond. You know, she's doing great. Yo, let me know if you've ever grown one of these. Comments, a windmill. The hardy down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. That's how I'm able to have it in the ground in New Jersey. But, you know, depending where you are in New Jersey. I mean, maybe if you're in, like, Ocean City or something, you may not have to protect it. But I'm, like, central New Jersey, so I still have to protect it with leaves and a cover and all that. And look at these roses here. These are, like, orange roses. I'm not sure exactly what kind. But all I know is that they're orange and they're very pretty. It's got a whole bunch of them there. And then my watermelon, my sugar baby watermelon. I need your guys' like opinion on this. Like, so it's been like this size, this like softball, baseball size for about like a week or two. Like, it just stopped growing, stopped maturing. But it's not rotting at all. There's no, like, spots on it or anything on the melon. And it's still connected there. So I'm not sure what's going on. It's just, like, a standstill. Like, not moving at all, not growing, not really progressing at all. Oh, and then look, there's, like, a little one right there. Okay, well, that one fell off the vine. I guess an animal knocked it off or something. Let's see what it looks like inside. It's just rotting. Oof. But some of the seeds actually matured, so. It kind of smells like watermelon, yeah. I mean, I opened an unripe watermelon before and it smelled like cucumber. So look at that beautiful white butterfly there. Make sure you double tap that screen and let me know how your garden is doing. And then if you have an opinion on what's going on with the sugar baby, it's been like this same size for about a week or two. Hasn't really grown, gotten bigger at all. The vine's still connected, rotting, it's not rotting or anything, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But look at this braided willow I got the other day from Home Depot, half off. Because like Home Depot, Lowe's, they have like those end of season sales, like to clear out all the plants, all like the summer plants for like the fall plants, like the mums and all that stuff. And they look at their stock and they're like, we still have a bunch stuff, so we got to start discounting it so we can get rid of it in time for the fall and minimize their their write-off, minimize like the damage in their profits, if you know what I mean. But look at this, it's very cool. Got it for $30 instead of $60. Bleeding heart here, still doing pretty good. Someone said I should cut it down because it can't handle the summer heat, but it can. Well, this one can. I mean, it is kind of like sheltered by this like raised bed, so that could help. Oh, and look at this. This is my stevia plant. Picked it up at the farmer's market there, and it's really starting to take off. See, it's starting to get a nice thick vine stem there, which is good. I got my basil. So you just gotta snip those leaves at the top to keep them to keep the leaves full, because if you just let it get taller and taller, the leaves will just get so thin, kind of like lettuce, You don't want it to flower. You don't want basil to flower because it takes energy away from the leaves. Then it starts going to seed, and it just isn't good for the plant. Like, it kind of like the leaves start to get droopy and stuff because it's putting all that energy into that flower to make those seeds and all that stuff. So you want to snip those flowers off if your basil flowers. Yeah. Oh, and then look, my lettuce, it flowered, and all those seeds and stuff. Those seeds blew into the bed here, and now there's like several dozens of these lettuce seeds that somehow are surviving the summer heat, which are crazy since they're seedlings. And like this gets lots of sun, so I don't know what's going on with that, but they're surviving somehow. That pepper has to be taken off. Use that as fertilizer there. Pineapple mint. Looks like it's gonna get flowers on it there. And then that unripe watermelon, which I posted a video on of opening up and everything. Those seeds were mature enough and they started germinating. So we'll have some extra watermelon seeds there. And then my 2 apple trees are sick. They both got like some kind of leaf disease, losing leaves and all that stuff. Not sure what's going on with them, but. And I got my asparagus here, starting to get pretty big. Maybe we'll get to harvest it next year. I don't know. Some peas that are coming back. Ooh, and then my Roma tomato. Where's the tag for that? Now, I don't know where the tag went, but I know that's a Roma tomato. Here it is. Which are great for making sauces, pasta sauces. And then, see the little baby one right there. And then a dozen more flowers on there, so I'll get some soon. Better Bush tomato, organic. Got a lot there. 1 there, 2 there. Look at these. Oh yeah, and it just started producing. Like, it just finally started maturing. Like, a lot of them, I don't know, kept getting eaten by animals or fallen off and then eaten by animals. I don't know, but it's finally starting to mature. See there, and then under the leaf. And these have leaf cover, so they're covered by leaves, so, you know, they aren't bothered by animals as much, but I might start to cover them. And then also a tip is to prevent the animals from eating them, is to harvest them when they're still a little green. They're not quite ripe, but they're getting close to ripeness, like they've reached like mature size, and now it's working on ripening. Then you can take it off and you let it ripen on your counter so those animals don't get to it. I got another better bush tomato, organic here. Ooh, look at this one. That one's starting to get big. I might pick that one soon. Once it starts turning a little like red, a little blush on it, I'll pick it and then I'll let it do the rest of the ripening on my counter, so that way the animals don't get to it, because they like it when it's ripe, of course. So maybe once it starts like blushing a little bit, gets a little bit of color on there, starts turning a little red, you know, I'll pick it, put it on my counter, let it finish ripening there. I mean, I could put like a net on it, but I mean, that's like a lot of work. This is my better bush cherry tomato. No, oh my God. This is my cherry bush. Here. Like easy as pie cherry bush by proven winners, which we'll see if it actually produces cherries. I mean, it grew a ton this year. Year before, it got like attacked by animals, and it was like reduced to a little stub, but it came back, and it really took off. So we'll see if this easy as pie bush cherry actually produces cherries, and if they're good, like just to eat straight, or if they're just good for pie. I mean, it is easy as pie cherry bush, but we'll see. And I'm also getting two cherry trees, you know, that are coming. One's supposed to come tomorrow, and the other's supposed to come on Saturday. We'll see. Hopefully they both come tomorrow, but we'll see. I mean, they're small, and I'll put them in pots, since I'm kind of running out of room here, if you couldn't tell. But maybe I could put them in the back there. I'm not sure. We'll have to see about that. Yeah, but both my apple trees aren't doing too well. They both, like, the leaves got like these spots on it, and they keep losing a bunch of leaves and everything. Like, this one's got like a bubble there. This one's he's losing a bunch of leaves, turning like that. And it's starting to look really bare down here on the bottom, but the top doesn't look too bad. But maybe it's still got so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Have to see. And then my grapevine here, I got tons of, look at all these bunches of grapes. I couldn't cover them all because that's a lot of work. But this one's still untouched, but you know, it is under the cover leaf. But I mean, it's not entirely untouched. Like, it's got some brown spots there. Some like animals, worms or whatever have gone in there, and some of the grapes. But, cause yeah, look at this one. See that one rotted. But I mean, still got some good ones there. But yeah, this trellis completely snapped, rusted and all that stuff. And I got this new one here to help like tie this, zip tie it, whatever, so it can grow into this trellis. But this one is like just as flimsy, very wobbly, so I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. If you have any ideas, of course, let me know in the comments. And let me know, thank you for double tapping that screen, liking the live, and subscribing. I'd love to hear how your garden is doing, if you have one, of course. I got this huge catnip bush here. It's got tons of flowers on it, which bees absolutely love. I have to crawl through here to get to the other side of my garden, but look at these grapes here. Those got some give to them. Ooh, some give. Ooh, look at this bunch here. I think that might be ready soon. Maybe another week, and then we'll get these. I'll see. This bag is a little loose, so I just have to tighten it. Don't want bugs in here. But look at this one. It looks like AI kind of. It just looks so full and good and all that stuff. Oh, that has some give to it. That has a lot of give. But a lot of them do. Oh, but there's still a little one there. We'll see. I might have to harvest this one soon. We'll see. And then look at this bunch here. I mean, I have so many bunches of grapes. I may just have to make my own wine, but we'll see how hard that is to do. I mean, I don't know. Oh, this one has some give to it. I'm going to go the other way since that way it's kind of blocked by the fallen trellis. And my basil here is doing pretty good. This is my garlic chives, which, flowering right now. Then I'll be able to harvest those seeds. Maybe I'll sell those. It's my Cavendish banana, dwarf Cavendish banana. It's doing pretty good. In this 10-gallon grow bag. Its leaves are really opening up. It's starting to get a lot of these like stripes on it, which is pretty cool. Like the younger leaves, like this one doesn't have many on it. Like either this one, but now that they're getting bigger, they're like doing that. And also they're kind of like splitting a little bit because of the wind like breaks them apart like that. Still got a duck under here. Whew. My peach tree, which I did some trimming on it to like, clear this out, so it's got that. Ooh. Oh, that's a lantern bug. It's on me. I've got some spider plants here, which are thriving out here. This is my rice. Organic brown rice there. No rice, miniature rice patty there. And it's starting to produce rice there. Make sure you double tap that screen to like this live, share it, do all that right now. Yeah, that's starting to mature there. Probably another week or two there. There's so many mosquitoes back here. Got like 10 bites or 20 bites just doing this live. My little rosemary bush here. Smells wonderful. Palamo, which is like a grapefruit. Doing pretty good. It's getting big leaves. My prickly pear cactus, I just repotted it. So it's like leaning over a little bit. I have to add some support to that Christmas cactus there. Some 4 o'clocks in the greenhouse, which just like grew up through the cracks. And you won't believe this. These 4 o'clocks I did not plant. They are tropical. 4 o'clocks are tropical. They're like 40 degrees above. And I planted 4 o'clocks like 3 years ago. And they grew, and then they seeded. And then I didn't plant them the next year, but they came back. So I guess the seeds can just like overwinter in like the mulch here. And then just pop up in like the spring, summer. Tiger lilies here, coneflowers, which the bees love. And they really love this like catnip. The catnip flowers they absolutely love. Look, see, like there's some bees, gnats. See the bee there. And then I got this Velvet Queen sunflower, which I did not plant. I planted a Velvet Queen sunflower like 3 years ago. It like seeded, the seeds dropped. I originally planted it over here and like that pot that has like nothing in it except like a broken pot there. And then it seeded, it like dropped in that pot, but I moved it back into that pot. And then I guess it seeded over here and grow, and like the seeds got blown over here and it's growing again. So, I mean, they technically are annuals, but I mean, then the seeds just like start a whole new plant. I like that. It's very beautiful. Smells good. Smells kind of like like a baked treat kind of. Hey, welcome in. Let me know in the chat, do you have a garden? Yeah. These are Velvet Queen sunflowers, which I did not plant this year. I planted it 3 years ago, which is telling everyone. And like that pot over there, and that seeded, the seeds dropped there in that pot. The elephant ears. How do you send gift? I can't. I mean, you can't send the super chat since we don't have the set amount of watch hours. We need 3,000 watch hours to get the super chat. I mean, we reached the 500 subscribers requirement, but we still need, well, I mean, we have like 30 watch hours, and then we need 3,000. I mean, we have 30 watch hours, so we still need like 2,970 watch hours. But watching these lives, you know, watching other long form videos, because shorts do not count towards that for some reason. It's kind of annoying, but, or you have to have like 10 million short views, which I don't think we're going to achieve. But if you watch like these lives, you know, help us get those, you know, watch hours, and share our channel out and everything. And we also have a GoFundMe that you can donate to, which is on a link on the homepage. You know, and I'll save that money up until I can buy some farmland, or, you know, get a loan for farmland, since farmland is very expensive and the price is not going down anytime soon for that, since properties are just rising and rising. But, you know, I mean, I know the government helps like somewhat with that, but I'll have to look into that exactly. But yeah, look at this Velvet Queen sunflower. I mean, it's a little misshapen there, but it still looks very pretty. It smells good. It smells like kind of like some baked treat, kind of, but not sure exactly. But this is my apricot tree, Chinese Mormon apricot tree. I chopped it off here at the top to like keep it kind of like bushier, but it's growing up again. I might have to prune it a bit again to keep it, because I don't want it to get too tall, you know, and take over the space. And, you know, I also want the fruit to stay within reach. You know, make sure you double tap that screen to like this live. And if you keep tapping it, it will, you know, send like hearts in like the corner, which will help us get the live out. Make sure you share it. And let me know, and commenting helps get the live out, get our channel out there. I got some sage here, which smells just like a breakfast sausage. And I had my uncle tell me that like sausage is called like sausage because like sage is like, you know, like sausage, like, you know, has like sage in the word, and it's because like they use like sage in the almost every sausage, but I'm not sure if that's true. But, you know, it smells very good though. This is my purple potato. Ooh, knocked off a leaf from there. Purple potato, which is doing pretty good. Skin tall and everything. That's my plum tree, Italian plum. It's not doing too good. I mean, some of the leaves are like brown and, you know, and got like spots on it. It had aphids before, back in like July, June, but now they're gone. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. If any of you guys know what, wait, hold on. What kind of bug is that exactly? I'm not sure if you can't really see, but I mean, I chopped this off like here, and it's starting to put out new buds. And this is also starting to put out new buds and everything, which it helps like keep it like bushier, and chopping it down a little bit, just a little bit, you know, kind of gives it another boost. It's like, oh, I'm being attacked, you know, I have to like reproduce a bunch of stuff. I mean, put out a bunch of new leaves. You know what I mean? It's doing okay. It's hanging in there. It's starting to put out some new leaves, which is good. We got kind of bush here. Getting very bushy. These are lamb's ears, which are soft, just like a lamb's ear. Look at that beautiful little butterfly there. Looking for some flowers to pollinate. I mean, these do flower, but they're done flowering for now. But I got these wax begonias here. These here are seed pods. And so once those turn brown, I'll be able to harvest those. This is Celiosa. I think that's how you say it. Not quite sure. But these begonias really took off here. Look at that. And this little wagon here. Like the handle broke off and snapped and everything. So drilled some holes in the bottom and then turned it into a little planter there. I got my evergreen arborvitae here. It's kind of struggling back here in the shade. Right now it's getting some sun, but most of the day it's in shade because all those trees up there. But you know, it's kind of like skinny on the bottom here, but it's kind of getting a little bushy on the top. So we'll see, you know, it's surviving. See how it does. I got this lungwort here. It's kind of cool. Some hostas flowering there. That's like a bearded iris. This is a fall gold raspberry, which it had like one tiny raspberry, and then it kind of like shriveled up because like of like the heat wave. We got like 101 here in New Jersey, and this is the remnants of it. Like this like one stalk, but this half like survived, so it's good. This is a blackberry, which it had some on it, but I guess just like fell off or got eaten by animals. You know, just not sure yet, but see, this is a thornless blackberry, which is nice since like, you know, when you pick the blackberries, you know, you don't have to worry about getting thorns in you because otherwise, you know, it has like thorns like a raspberry bush, you know, or regular blackberry would. This is my little like maple tree, which I like dug up from the ground and put it in a pot, but then it was doing good, but then it got bit off at the top. And then the leaves showed up here, but we'll see if it, I mean, it had like some new growth, but then like heat got to it. I'll give it some water and see if it survives. Some more 4 o'clocks here. I gotta show you all my elephant ears. This one's doing pretty good, even though it's shaded by that tree there. And then I got these 2 over here, which are getting very big. I mean, look how big this is. It's almost the size of an elephant ear. I mean, I think elephant ears are a bit bigger than that, but it's getting close, you know? And then we got some California poppies here, down here, and then some zinnias up here. Pygmy date palm, which is doing pretty good, you know? It's hanging in there. Still palm, it's finally opening up this leaf here, this frond. I love how it's got like that, you know, back of the frond is orange and all that. It's like Jacandia or dragon tree, not sure. My guava, tons of flowers on it. And then it's finally starting to mature here. Before they just fell off, but now it's finally starting to mature. Coconut palm. Starting to put down another frond there. Some more zinnias. And then I'll show you my fig tree. I'll show you the update on the like the air layering. So here it's still green and everything, and then you know it's got, see there, it's got that moisture in there. I mean, it'll probably take a couple weeks, you know, or several days for it just for like the roots to grow, but we'll see. You know, probably take a week or 2 for the roots to actually start showing. I mean, I kind of want to take it off to see if it is growing roots, but that would mess up the process, so gotta leave it on there. Make sure you subscribe to see this update so I can keep you guys updated on this. See this top up here is still green, so that's a good sign. Don't shrivel it all because, you know, peel all that bark off and stuff. But look at this fig here. These figs starting to get really big. I'm not sure what is going on with that tree there. It's got a bunch of yellow leaves, but it's still got green growth here. So, and it's like, it's not getting cold yet. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's a little sick, or maybe it's just dropping around the leaves. Not sure. Gotta move this so it doesn't kill the grass there. Make sure you double tap that screen. Hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions for me, any gardening questions, you know, any of that, let me know. And then, you know, got this cucumber pepper. This basil smells so good. It reminds me of like a margarita pizza. And this is like a Dracandia spike, braided willow and all that. My kahana beans and my little tiny dozens of lettuce seedlings that just blew here from the old lettuce seeding. Surprised they're surviving. So I got to water now and all that, so I'll be ending the live. But make sure you double tap that screen to like this live, like it, you know, subscribe, comment down below. You know, what are you growing in your garden?